This is Real Estate Rookie, episode 86. My name is Ashley Kerr, and I am here with Tony Robinson, and we are back with another episode of Rookie Reply. Tony, what do you have for us today?
I've got a question about mobile home parks, and I know this is kind of an exciting asset class that you and I both talked about, but today's question comes from Adri Juzak, and Adri's question is, I came across a seller-financed mobile home park, 7 units that are park-owned, just under $1,000 a month cash flow and a cap rate of 15.34%. This would be my first out-of-state investment. What should I be looking for on a mobile home park? And is this a huge jump to make while still being a rookie? Thank you. I'll kind of share my thoughts first, Ash, and then I know you're a little bit more familiar with this asset class, but I want to touch on the second part of Adri's question first about is this a huge jump to make while still being a rookie? I think that's a question that, Adri, you have to answer for yourself. Ashley and I aren't familiar enough with your time availability, with your knowledge of mobile home parks as an asset class, with your desire to self-manage these on your own, or you hiring a property manager. So there's a lot of factors I think that go into it. But just because you're a rookie doesn't necessarily mean you're not equipped to do this deal the right way. If you've got the right the know-how, the desire and the capability, the capacity to do this, then I'd say don't limit yourself just because you're a rookie. Now, on the actual asset itself, I guess a couple things I would caution you to kind of take note of as you're going through your due diligence process. First would be to make sure that whatever financials or whatever assumptions you're using to come up with this 15.3% cap rate, make sure that they're like legitimate. You want to see a T12. You want to see like the current rent roll, like what are people actually paying, and use that to kind of come up with your own analysis of the property. A lot of times when folks are trying to sell their assets, sometimes they might give you a pro forma as opposed to the actual trailing 12 months of income and expenses. And you never want to make a big decision like this based off of the seller's pro forma, because they're always going to make everything look very rosy and beautiful and perfect. But if you have an opportunity to dig into the actual income and expenses for the last 12 months, that might give you a better understanding of how this property is doing financially. So that's my 2 cents, Ash. What do you got?
Okay, so first, anybody that wants to hear about a rookie investor going into mobile home parks, listen to episode 65 with Tommy on the Real Estate Rookie podcast. You can go to biggerpockets.com/rookie65 and gives great insight what it was like to purchase a mobile home park as a rookie. And he actually lives on the mobile home park and manages it right now. But I will give some advice on the due diligence period of this. So Tony kind of talked about the leases and looking at the pro forma versus the actual. So that was great. My advice would be to look at what kind of utilities are on there. So do you have to deal with wells and septics, or is it public utilities there? Because that will make a big difference. Sometimes when you have wells and you have your own water system that's not public, you have to do daily testing of the water. So look at that, and what are the fees to have it tested? And then the septics, you'll have to have the septics pumped out. So that will be an additional cost. And then look at the CapEx expenses. So what capital expenditures are going to be coming up for the mobile home park? Are the driveways going to be need to be repaved? Even the trees, are there trees that are going to need to be cut because might fall on a mobile home? So look at all those different expenses that might come up within the next 5 years. And then also, who owns the mobile homes, the actual trailers? So does the person selling own those, or do the people living in them actually own them and they're just leasing the land? So look at that, and different type of mobile home buyers prefer different things. There's no right or wrong if they own them or not. If you don't own the trailers, then you don't have any maintenance, but you're also getting less income. You're just getting a lot rent instead of a larger rent because they're renting the lot and the trailer. The next thing I would look for is what is it zoned for and how many mobile homes is the property zoned for. So the seller may tell you like, yeah, I have 7 on here now, but you can actually fit 3 more over here. Well, will the zoning and planning board actually allow that too? So pull any kind of permits and the zoning requirements, and also look at any deed restrictions. And then my last thing would be, is there potential for any other income? So usually mobile home park on a lot of land could you put a little shed at each mobile home park? Could you put a gravel driveway or a gravel lot and do, boat and RV storage on there? So look at that too when you were looking at a mobile home park, and see if there's any other ways to add additional income too. So yeah, I think that's, and then just look at the comps in the area too and see if they're at market rents, just like you would a rental property too.
That was like a short master class, Ashley, in doing due diligence on a mobile home park.
I feel like I'm forgetting some things though.
That was really, really good. I guess the only thing that I'd add lastly, Adri, if you're at all concerned about maybe taking on a project that's too big for yourself, and we talk about this all the time, is just finding a partner. If you've got someone that maybe has a little bit more either knowledge about mobile home parks, or maybe the time to do the homework and kind of educate themselves, that might be a way to kind of ease some of your fears about making this jump while still being a rookie. But I think Ashley gave you all the info you need to kind of hit this one out of the park if you do decide to move forward. And
I think he's going to have a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'll partner on this deal." So yeah, that's awesome. Found a deal. Definitely take our recommendations and see what you can find out and dig into it and see if it'll work for you. But I think that's all we have for today's Rookie Reply. We will be back on Wednesday with a guest to hear their story and to get some great real estate advice. I'm Ashley at Wealth from Rentals, and he is Tony at Tony J. Robinson on Instagram. Thank you guys for listening.